Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of A Perspective. Today we have Beauty. We have Delacqua, Kyle, and Brian. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, girl. Okay. So today's topic would be, I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
Okay.
And anybody can take the first jab at it. I really want to ask you first, Beauty. Yes. So back in the day, we used to have women were perceived as hoes. They were fast. They were promiscuous if they had sex on the first date, right?
Yeah.
So do you think with time it's changed drastically, or do you think it remains the same? How do guys look at women who have sex on the first date now as opposed to they had it back in the day?
I mean, I think sort of kind of it still looked at the same way. I think it's just different how the woman takes it nowadays. Like, instead of the woman feeling bad or guilty about what she did the night before, depending on what type of female you got, she might be proud as you know what about it, or she might feel bad. I don't think it affects the way the man thinks nowadays or way other people thinks towards that one female and what she does. It doesn't bother them as bad as it did back in the day.
How do you feel about it being yourself?
Truth be told, I tried to have one night stands. I've never been able to have one. They just stick around for some odd reason.
Oh,
away.
Okay.
I've tried.
What about you? How you feel? Do you still label women as, I don't know if you ever label women as, if you had, sex on the first date, how do you look at a woman?
How do I view them after
after
a one night stand?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, back when I was younger, I mean, it was different then, being younger, because we had this whole thing with, she smashed the first date type thing, and then, she can be passed around. You'll tell your homeboys, and then she easy type thing. But now that I'm grown, when I say grown, after 30 plus, tell me what you want up front. Tell me what you want up front. I tell you what I want up front. I mean, I get some that be like, hey, look, I'm in a relationship, but it's not going too good. Hey, I've been looking at you for a while. I want something.
You still smash?
But it's just that. I mean, she tell me what she want. I'm a busy man. I have my own business. I'm a busy man. I don't have time to keep playing and try to figure this thing. Look, tell me what you want. We can make it happen, and we keep it moving. If you want a relationship, let's do that. If you just want to have sex and keep it moving, we can do that. I mean, I'm a personal trainer, and I mean, I've been in a position where I've had sex with a woman, because we talked about that. Hey, it's just sex, that's it, whatever. And then they see me in the gym next day, we act like we don't even know each other. That I like that type of maturity. So, I mean, at this point in my life, I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I think just keeping it real is the biggest thing.
I agree.
Completely agree.
Go ahead.
In regards to my perspective on that, I feel that it's very important to completely take out sex out of the equation, especially if you're trying to meet someone, because there's so much pressure when it comes to the regards of like whether I'm going to have sex with this person or not. Because I have clients that always give me some questions in regards to like, how do I keep this relationship going when we haven't had sex? And that's all that they have in their minds.
So do you think sex drives the relationship?
Sex drives everything, honestly, at an evolutionary perspective. I think sex is basically why we're here. We've constructed institutions and everything to do that. You can disagree with me in regards to that.
I feel what you're saying and everything, but like, I'm in the adult industry and
industry. What you doing, girl?
Yeah,
I just porn.
You do porn?
Yeah, look at me. I'm a porn star.
Okay, we talking now.
Oh, you must go close.
What I was talking about
from
is
that perspective, like, okay.
No. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, I have a best friend and business partner who's like my ride or die, and when I tell him every sescapade that I done been on, but I love him and call him my husband more than any other man that I fell for. And me and him ain't even, I could literally count on one hand in the 10 years we've been messing around. I feel like nowadays sex is sort of called like a protocol. Like, like how it was mandatory for you to do certain things.
Of course.
I feel like nowadays it's up there. Like, it's not a hiding thing anymore. Like, somebody got to see what you work. Yeah, so they got to see what you working with to see if they can.
Of course, and that's what I actually think we both agree on the same subject, because women have always been the ones that set the tempo, because they're the ones that actually say yes.
And now they're finally starting to realize that this year.
But that's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't be with a woman that wouldn't like want to have sex with me. And of course, when it comes to like the first time that we actually have sex or we hook up, then that's a girl that actually likes me for who I am.
What about you over there, quiet?
Yeah.
Because this is very interesting.
Yeah, this is very interesting.
What's your take?
Yeah. I'm very traditional when it comes to the matter. I don't believe in sex on the first date. Get to know me and let me be comfortable with you and let me decide if I want to have sex with you.
So you never met a guy that you just be like, damn, I just want to hit it.
I have, but I'm a very disciplined person. I'm a personal trainer as well. So I'm a very disciplined person. So even if I may feel that way, I'm not going to act upon it because I value me.
Mm-hmm. And so you think people who do that don't value themselves?
Oh, don't say that.
I think some of them don't value themselves. I just think some of them don't value themselves. I think some of them are like, they feel like sex is the way to the relationship. Sex is not the way to the relationship. Relationships is built on communication and trust.
But what if they didn't want a relationship?
Now, if they don't want a relationship, just smash and keep it going. But as for me,
right,
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
That's what I'm
so you've never done that?
I've never done that.
How old are you?
I'm 41.
You never, girl.
Right. College? No.
Because, see, you have to understand my background and where I come from to understand why I never have done that. Sexuality was taken from me from a very young age.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So for me, I have a very strong and different view.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
The things that happened to me could have very well led me into a life of just being sexually out of control. But that wasn't my story. I did not become sexually out of control. So I stand very strongly in what I believe. I don't believe sex on the first date. I believe, nigga, what's up? We need to get to talk. We need to talk. We need to communicate. I had a guy, 48 years old, I just met not too long ago, and he was trying to, can you come up here? He just met me.
Right.
Come to you where? I can meet you out in public.
From that perspective, I feel like there's a lot of men that aren't disciplined, just like you said, and there's a problem with that because they don't even know how to communicate what their needs are.
But that's because you got all these young girls running around
because that's a lack of self-esteem.
Because they feel like if I give it up to him quick fast, then he gonna buy me this, he gonna do this for me. When they don't realize when you hold it out,
yeah. And that
even though I do what I do, like I still don't.
What made you get into porn?
Because sex won't always sell. I come from a
big
family. Period. I am the oldest out of, from what I know, about 10 brothers and sisters. I am the oldest, so they all ask for money and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what made you say
go into porn exactly? Well, I started off I started off hosting dancer events at my condo when I was in high school, and then it just escalated from there. And then I was dancing and stuff and doing fetish, and I was just like, I'm bored. I need something to do. I gotta clean a business. Like, I've done everything I wanted to do in school. Like, and I started looking into the sex industry, and it's a lot more than sex that people don't realize. Like, you really can't get bored of the sex industry. Like, your pinky can be a object of sex. If you really, me brushing my teeth in the morning.
Sneezing.
So it was just that whole
outlet.
That outlet. Like, I wanted to do different things and see different things. And then not for nothing, but you don't see a lot of African American or minority girls doing other things besides freaking on camera. And then it's always ratchet and ghetto titles. So I really wanted to change that for us, period. Like, we can be classy. We can be like the other girls. You can put us in a nice title. We can do fetish work. Like, I just wanted to change that whole outlook. Perspective. And I wanted the younger girls to realize, like, you don't have to lay on your back in this industry to make it, period, point blank. Like, you can be in other
domains of the industry.
Domains of the industry and still make it out of the industry and not touch not one person.
How you feel about that?
I think it's deeply rooted. I think it comes from a deeply rooted that issue has to be addressed. That's where I stand. See, I don't know if I'm the right person for this conversation.
It's fine.
No,
perfect.
no,
You're the
I'm-
perfect
I'm-
person for this
I'm-
conversation.
I believe in dealing with this, not the surface,
Right.
and I don't believe in being very superficial. I believe in getting to the root of the problem. There's an issue, an underlying issue that makes you want to go and do certain things. And when we're talking about, in particular, pornography and being a porn star, because that's what she's speaking on, I think that there is something there that causes a person that wants to do that.
Right.
And that's the issue that has to be dealt with. I don't feel like a person just decides, oh, today I'm going to go be a porn star. There is something.
No. I mean, I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying, because I know a lot of girls that are younger than me, and I see them, and I see certain things they're doing, and I'm like,
but what made you want to try it, though? Did you have anything in your background that said, okay, have you experienced anything that
No,
as a
I was
child?
a tomboy. Boys didn't even look at me. I hung out with nothing but men.
Look.
I braided my hair back, wore braids.
back to what she was talking
It was
about.
just, you want to know what it is? I'm an attention whore, and I'm a business. I love business, and I love modeling and everything else. I did everything as far as modeling goes. I'm a very outspoken person. I've always been, I did nudist modeling when I was younger through high school and college and everything else. It was just the point of, this is something outgoing, this is something outstanding, and period, point blank, flat the hell out. Sex will always sell, regardless of a recession. A man might have $5.
Pretty much what she was saying. I get what you're saying, but I've been homeless before.
Mm-hmm.
Straight homeless, right? My son was 3. He's 10 now. Long story short, it's really not based down to like the surface and all this and the root of the problem, because hands down, I'm not going back to homeless. Right? If my stuff start going down with personal training, I'm gonna be a porn star.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna sling this dick, and I'm gonna be rich like a motherfucker. So you can keep that,
but no,
because money. No, money is what drives the
But
money.
no, but
no.
I agree with that.
Hold on.
Hey, we need one person at a time.
Hold on. You gonna let me do mine?
What he
I
pointed
let you
out.
talk.
Go ahead.
I let you talk.
You pointed it
Train
out.
the train.
Go ahead, porn star.
I let you talk.
Go for it.
This is my whole thing. This is my whole thing. A lot of stuff is money driven. It's not
very
about
true.
the back, because this is the thing. I love strip clubs.
Yeah.
Straight up. So my whole thing is, after I pay my child support, that's on camera now. My mama might see that. After I pay child support, I only go on the 5th. But with that said, it's girls in there who come from a silver spoon in their mouth, and parents got it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, they just want their own money, and they want a certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right.
So they go, so they go do it because they got a
that.
nice body and they got enough money
And
to go
it's
buy a fake butt,
easy.
and they go do it. And this is the thing, they're making $3,000-$4,000 a night because they want to stay in that big penthouse downtown Buckhead.
Right.
So it's not really what it's
Some
not
of the girls
something
but a lot
that
of
make you do that.
lazy.
But a
But
lot of stuff is just money driven.
A lot of times it is money driven, but a lot of times just because they have a silver spoon in their mouth and because they have life such as this, you don't know what they're going through.
But see,
behind the
talking
scenes.
from my personal
let me add
let-
something
yeah.
in this perspective. So I'm a dating coach, right?
Mhm.
And the way that we sell is by getting these guys laid,
Yeah.
right? In that perspective. So it has to be quick, but it's
Mhm.
also a screening process to kind of actually have them in a position to make a decision whether they want to keep going on with the relationship, right? So how do you get a guy to be enticed to actually pay for a program or something like that? You sell sex, just like you said. But I also understand from the perspective of low self-esteem. Why? Because a lot of these guys actually suffer of trauma. A lot of them. Because a lot of the times, their parents didn't tell them how to be a man.
Right.
And that's what we see
Or how
a lot.
to treat a woman.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And you see this because you see guys actually going to schools because someone rejected them.
Right.
Because dad didn't tell them how to actually be a man.
Right.
And that's a real thing. So there's both perspectives on that. And I completely understand that. And that's true. So you have to understand it from the individual perspective instead of like a collective kind of thing.
That
Yeah,
was
you
my
can't-
only thing. Like, don't
Yeah.
group everybody, because I see girls that are doing this because they're hurt and because they're looking for that void to fill. And I'm looking at them like,
expressivity,
I'm so sorry, but I come from a family where I just had a conversation about my great grandma about my scene. Like, I don't lie to them about
funny.
because I come from a family where my grandma and my family tell me, if I can't tell you what I'm doing to you, if I can't come to my mom and dad or somebody in my family and I can't tell them what I'm doing in my life or answer questions, I ain't got no business doing that.
But let's rewind it back, because you said out of your own mouth that you are an attention whore. That's what you said.
Yeah.
You can't categorize her just because she said she's an attention
But hold on.
But it's not for no issues.
Everybody
like that.
That's why we're all here.
No. I don't think everybody's an attention whore. I don't agree with that.
I like cameras.
Everybody is an attention whore.
I've been in paintings. I've been in music videos. I've been in regular videos. I've been in runway modeling. I've modeled with Barbizon, Elite Fashion, Elite Modeling.
Okay, girl.
All sorts of porn. It was just that adult.
This is last thought. Go ahead.
I think when we're talking about the perspective of being an attention whore and that alone, I think that stems from several things in life. And I think that we as an individual, I'm all about self-development and self-growth and not the surface bullshit at the end of the day. I think that we have to look in the mirror at ourselves daily and self-check ourselves daily and learn and grow. And whatever that may be, if it's being an attention whore, if it's dealing with low self-esteem, if it's just you have a high sex drive, whatever that is, that you need to get those things in line and check and be able to move forward in your life to where that you can be a successful human being, whatever that means for your life.
Okay.
You know.
That's all we have time for today. So that was awesome, you guys. Thank you guys so much. This was another episode of A Perspective. I want y'all to follow us on social media. Give us the thumbs up. Give us the likes. Leave your comments. We really appreciate you watching. Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good day.